All right. So welcome everyone. Which language is comfortable with you, like Hindi or English? Eng- both. Hindi and English both. ठीक है. I will try. दोनों को mix करेंगे, ठीक है? So, so okay. Today's topic. I think you all have woken up. I hope today morning, right? ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में सारे लोग उठे हैं. Okay, wonderful. In fact, I'll tell you how important it is. That is the topic that we are going to talk about, right? So before that, so you all have attended Discover Yourself by now, right? So you all are aware that we are a soul, है ना? किसी को डाउट है इस बात पे कि हम सोल हैं? ऐसा कभी लगा है कि हम सोल नहीं है? किसी को नहीं लगता? पहले लगता था, अभी नहीं लगता. किसको भूख लगती है अभी आफ्टरनून में? किसे भूख लगेगी थोड़ी देर बाद? See, so basically ना क्या हो रहा है पता है? This this is a slightly higher and difficult one, but basically ना soul को भूख क्यों लगेगी? राइट, सोल को भूख लगती है, बॉडी को भूख लगती है. किसको लगती है भूख? बॉडी को भूख लगती है, राइट? ओके, सो इसलिए हमें रियलाइज होता रहता है बीच बीच में, राइट? बट एज वी डू अवर प्रैक्टिस ना, ग्रेजुअली वी रियलाइज दैट वी आर अ सोल. एक होता है थ्योरी और एक होता है रियलाइजेशन, प्रैक्टिकल अबाउट इट, है ना? और धीरे धीरे करके वो रियलाइजेशन सिंक इन होता है. इट गेट्स इन ग्रेजुअली, इट टेक्स अ बिट ऑफ टाइम. ओके, एनीवे, सो नथिंग टू वरी अबाउट इट, but we have to do our practice. So I'll tell you what, like about, today morning, of course, like every other morning, I had to get up early morning. If I wouldn't have done that, so you know what, I came by train from Hyderabad, and the train reached at around 4:50, something like that, right? So if I wouldn't have woken up in the morning, तो क्या होता? I would have missed my train, right? मैं सीधा परभनी पहुंच जाता, है ना? So that's what would have happened. So I could get down, or I could have catched my train. Like tomorrow morning, today night I am going back, right? And morning again it will reach Hyderabad. So अगर मैं सो गया तो ट्रेन छूट गई. And the same thing happens in our life also, पता है? अगर हम सो गए ना तो ट्रेन छूट जाएगी. And that is what we will talk about, कि कौन सी ट्रेन छूटेगी, right? So before that, थोड़ा सा पीछे जाते हैं. Okay, let's go back. थोड़ा सा अपना discover yourself तक let's go back, right? And we'll try to understand that. So because, as you said, right, we are all souls. We are not this body, right? And on top of soul, there is a subtle body. And that subtle body is about mind, intelligence, and false ego, right? The ahankar part of it. So ये तीन चीजें हैं. And then comes the gross body of it. Okay. And we are a soul which is stuck between these. So the thing is, na, ki, and what is the relationship of soul with God? Part and parcel, right? What does it mean by part and what parcel? I'm just trying to revise a bit because this thing has to sink in, right? Jiva Krishna Das, right? So basically, essentially what happens is, like, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mame Ivansho Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, right? They are my Ansha from Sanatan Kal, right? From eternity, they are my Ansha, right? And they are struggling because of what? Mana Shasthani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Karshati, right? With the mind and the five senses, these are all struggling. Okay. Is it too heavy what I'm talking? Shall we talk it in a simple voice, simple language? ठीक है. तो क्या है ना कि ये सारी चीजें हैं, है ना? We have 6 things including mind because of which we are struggling. Now, what is the struggle? Right? Every morning when we try to get up now, so there is a struggle, right? Every time when we try to sit for 2 hours doing our chanting, there is a struggle, right? You know, when we know that we should eat Krishna Prasad always, right? But when we go out to our college, on the way we see some shops, so many shops, right? Then there is a struggle, right? You know, there are so many distractions within college also, right? I don't want to elaborate that, but where there is a struggle, right? You know, to not to watch our mobile or our laptops when we are supposed to do what we are supposed to do, the study, right? Spend time in our own swadhyaya reading, right? There is also a struggle, right? You get distracted, right? You want to do some things. I mean, that is the struggle from mind and all these 5 senses. So these 5 senses are going to ask always. I mean, like, the way it works is simple. these senses, they don't know anything. They are dumb. They just want to what they want. Like, for example, the tongue want to always taste, right? Eyes always want to see something interesting. You know? So similarly, all these senses are like that. And then they take their input to mind. Whenever they see a samosa, something, some vada pav, something, right? And then they'll take the input and the mind will say, "Hey, last time I ate a samosa, it was very nice. I want to eat it again," right? And then the intelligence and mind, they'll be fight, right? And whoever wins or whatever happens, then they'll take it to soul who will desire, and you might have read about it, and we'll talk about it in today evening more. So basically, all that happens. So that is the struggle which we go through all the time, right? And that is the same struggle that we are talking about in Brahma Muhurta also, right? So we are essentially, let's go to, I don't know if you have that exercise or something like that, but there are two type of people as Bhagavad Gita describes, right? The verse comes in Bhagavad Gita, and the verse goes like this: Yanisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrite sanyami yasyam jagrite bhutani sanisha pashyato munihi. So basically it talks about two type of people, ठीक है? जिनके लिए एक कभी रात होती है ना, तो दूसरों के लिए दिन होता है. Okay, and then जिसके लिए एक दिन होता है, then दूसरे साइड वालों के लिए रात होती है. Like, who are these kind of people, right? I mean, see, and from my college days and my even working time, I see so many people, right? क्या होता है कि I was abroad, I mean, like, you know, and I used to like nearby there were like couple of my colleagues who used to live in the same building, and they used to go out for partying. I mean, you know, whenever there is like a weekend time, so the whole night, like, you know, 2, 3, 4 a.m. There is a party going on, right? And in the morning, those people used to sleep. When I'm trying to do my japa, my Mangal Aarti, then they were all sleeping, right? So that is the kind of thing it talks about, कि जो transcendentalist होते हैं ना, जो अपने अध्यात्म के लिए लगे होते हैं ना, उनके लिए रात होती है, उनके लिए जब रात होती है तो बाकी लोगों के लिए दिन होता है, right? This is the kind of thing. Now question comes is कि क्यों करना ये सब, और मैं क्यों, why I was talking about this being a soul. See, I think you must have heard, or if you have not heard yet, right? As a soul, we are supposed to go back, right? We don't belong to this place, and there is a struggle. है ना? Shankaracharya says, "Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam." Right? What is going to happen is that कि अरे फिर से you will take birth. फिर से जो मदर है ना, वो फिर से पिटाई करेगी बचपन में, ABCD सीखो, राइट? फिर से सीखेंगे, फिर से वापस से स्कूल जाएंगे, फिर से पापा की पिटाई होगी. All those things we have to go through again and again and again. It is not fun, right? एक बार हो गया, अभी क्यों फिर से वही पिटाई खानी, राइट? फिर से डेथ होगी, फिर से ओल्ड एज आएगी, फिर से सब कुछ होगा. This is happening again and again. So we have to think of going back, right? So ये जो ब्रह्म मुहूर्त है ना, that is like, this is one of the habits, but apart from it, in general, this is for the people who are determined. Okay, this life, I will try to get out of this whole thing. Okay, makes sense? बहुत heavy हो गया. So क्या होता क्या है ना कि mind जो है ना, वो एक blotting paper की तरह होता है. Okay, blotting paper means what? Different gunas are there. Gunas, you know, Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Anybody who doesn't know? Have you heard about it? Yes. Okay. So क्या होता है ना कि Bhagavad Gita describes and my other scriptures describe कि different चीजें अलग अलग गुण में भी होती हैं. Not just us, but things around us are in different gunas. Have you seen anybody went to this like chowpatty or some like, you know, beach kind of a place, right? वहां पर जाएंगे तो क्या होता है कि early morning you'll see people walking, right? ऐसा exercise कर रहे होते हैं, सब कुछ कर रहे होते हैं. That time it is more in sattva guna. Okay, बहुत लोग fresh हो रहे होते हैं, right? Mind fresh होता है सबका. If you go there, you'll also feel like exercising, jogging, doing something activity. And थोड़ा after 10 a.m. you will see that people वो रेडी वाले रेडी लगा रहे होंगे, like, you know, there are many things which are going on, right? And people are just busy doing something or the other. That is the right Rajoguna part of it. And you'll also be like charged up and things like that, right? And in the evening, there are people who are like lazing around in that area. Some people are sitting in corner doing something, like, you know, they are in more like in a tamoguna kind of a state, right? So place also, time also has effect on the gunas. And the same thing we suck in, that guna comes to it, like becomes more prominent. Okay. So mind, as I said, is like a blotting paper. Okay, so it just sucks in whatever is around it, and it starts behaving accordingly. Oh, this is so many people are dancing, let me also dance. So many people are doing something, let me also do. Aise hota rehta hai, right? And even animals are in different gunas. Like, fox is more in tamoguna, lion in rajoguna, and cow is in satoguna, right? Different animals, different, and what is the quality, right? So tamoguna, when you are in tamoguna, then Bhagavad Gita says that nidra, alasya, and pramad. Okay, means like, you'll be lazy, you'll feel like sleepy. Pramad means more like behaving in a more, what to say, crazily. Okay, that is the quality of tamoguna. Anybody experienced it ever, this kind of a mode? Okay, we experience different modes, different times, so nothing feel bad about it, right? Like, you see, go out now, you go towards your college, you start walking, you might see towards the corner some people smoking cigarettes. It's already hot. After a month or so, Nanded is going to be more hot, extremely hot. And then also, and there's so much pollution in the main road, there is so much of traffic going on, all that, right? And still they are taking more pollution with the cigarette, right? Is it not craziness? I mean, like, this is obviously craziness. People who are drinking wine, liquor, they know that they are going to fall down in a ditch, है ना? घर पे जाएंगे, wife पिटाई करेगी, पेरेंट्स गाली देंगे, सब कुछ होगा, right? But they are still doing the same thing. रात में vomit होगा, morning में spinning of head होगा, all those things will happen. Still they will do it again. Is it not craziness? I mean, this is obviously, what are you going to do out of it? So, and these are the people who will not try to take any initiative. They will, like, अगर school college में है ना, तो जो notes लेके copy कर लेंगे, that's what they will do, right? They will not take initiative. Like fox doesn't take any initiative. Fox is more like who's always whatever lion eats, the remaining meat, fox will go and eat it, right? So these people will behave like that. And then comes the people in rajoguna. Rajoguna are the people who are like, trishna and sangha, okay, which is always hankering, and they are always like, in a, oh, I want this and I want this types. They are the people who will take snap decisions, quick decisions लेंगे, फटाफट move करेंगे, लेकिन ना सोचेंगे नहीं ज़्यादा. They would not have thought completely about the thing. Okay, even though they will take quick decision. Similarly, and because of which these people are always, because of Krishna and Sangha, they are always angry, lusty, greedy. Such things they will always have, right? People like Alexander, Hitler, these are the kind of people who fall into this category, right? And we behave in different gunas at different times, so nothing to feel bad about, right? And then comes the Satoguna, which is about knowledge and happiness, okay, which is Sukham and Jnanam. And these are the people who actually right, who are peaceful, yet they are in an active zone, right? Who are able to understand what is good for life and take a bigger decision, not just for a small time thing, right? Those are the people in Satoguna. And as I said, different time has in different gunas. So whichever time you focus more, you'll start acquiring those things. And this is, and as I was talking about blotting paper, right? Like, if you go even in the beach in the morning, then what happens is कि कभी देखना beach को जाके, early morning if you go ना, the beach will throw out all the dirt out, okay? And थोड़ा 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock पे जब high tide शुरू होता है, then it will start sucking in the same dirt in again, right? ऐसा होता है, every time it happens like that, right? So this is very interesting, because even these things like sea behaves in certain way, and similarly so is our mind also. हमारा mind भी ना ऐसे ही early morning सारी गंदगी फेंक देता है, and we then start sucking in again. So that is the best time to absorb the good things. Okay, and you might be thinking कि ये spiritual class है, इसलिए मैं ऐसा बोल रहा हूँ. Not just for spirituality, but even for material sake. Okay, this is the best time to study. Best time. I mean, I'm a very small person. I can just tell you, like, when I used to be in college now, so what I used to do is like sleep in a very, very early time. Okay, everybody in my area knew that इसको थोड़े 9 के आसपास, no point waking, like, knocking on his door. Okay, and then I'll get up at 2 a.m. in the morning, and then I used to study from that point, right? And by the time, I mean, morning, everybody is woken up, I'm like, okay, fine, right, behave normally. So I'm done with my things. That time is extremely productive. I don't know how many of you have tried it for studies, for any other thing. It's very, very productive. And even now I do that. I mean, like, it's a busy things for me, and I'm just sharing some personal thing. Is like, I work with variety of other countries, like variety of people who are in different countries, like Israel, in US and things like that. So sometimes, yes, I am late for calls which are happening, but still, I know very well, I'm like totally convinced that if I don't get up early, I will completely miss out on the best part of the day. That is the time to get up, do some spiritual sadhana, and then maybe do some exercise. You can walk and things like that, right? You can do your basic things. You can plan your whole day. Okay, that is the extremely best time. If any of you have missed that time, now if you missed that time of the day, then you have actually missed out completely on the day, I would say. Then you are just running beyond a point. After 6 7, if you get up, then you are just running for the day, doing something or the other and this and that. Okay, but that is the best time when everybody is sleeping, as the shloka says, right? That is the time when it is a night for everyone. But a person who is focused on a bigger goal wakes up, plan. And this is a research shows that, most of the CEOs of the world, they get up early morning. Okay, and they do similar things. They do their exercises, they plan their day, they do variety of things, and that's how they remain in control for the whole day. Okay, this is not a joke. This is a serious affair, honestly. But a simple सी trick है जो we have been following since ages in our Vedic system, but people world is realizing it now more and more. Okay, that this is a very powerful time. Makes some sense, right? Any questions so far? And question is okay, anything. As I said, I'm like a small person, so any question is perfectly okay to ask me, right? So yeah, and anyways, we should not waste any time of the day, right? Your life बहुत short है, okay, but we don't know how big this life is, right? क्योंकि अगर कोई बोलेगा ना कि तो old का मतलब क्या होता है, तो old means क्या, क्या लगता है आपको? Old means क्या? What does it mean by being old? Anybody? Simple question है इसमें क्या? हाँ, wrinkles on face, yeah, that's the one meaning. Yeah, tired of life. Okay, white hair, yeah, exactly. और काफी कुछ, right? Lot of diseases, this that. That's how we understand old age. Simple है, उसमें कुछ नहीं है, right? Not big deal. So, but the problem ना कि अभी आजकल तो आप देखोगे, because of variety of diseases, people get old hair, white hair ऐसे ही कई बार, right? Some from 30s, 35 also people start getting white hairs. थोड़े ना थोड़े, इससे पहले भी हो जाते हैं कभी-कभी, right? So that is not very appropriate description. In fact, रिंकल्स ऑल्सो ना, मतलब लोग इतने सारे कॉस्मेटिक्स यूज करते हैं कि अजीब अजीब से डिसीज और रिंकल्स भी हो जाते हैं, मतलब 40 तक लोगों को होने लग जाता है, राइट? डिसीजेस भी हो जाते हैं. सो देन द ओल्ड एज इज गेटिंग ब्लड, right? But actually one thing is for sure, after old age person dies, ये भी हमें पता है, right? I mean that's roughly like that. So Prahlad Maharaj in Srimad Bhagavad, he gives the definition of old age. Okay, what he says is that old age means like, when a person is, and it's again simple, right? I mean basically your death is near. Old age means that your death is near, right? It's a simple definition, obviously, right? But the problem is that that definition is very थोड़ी डरावनी है, because you know what, because we don't know when is our death also, right? And it's unfortunate, but we don't know, right? And it means like all of us are old. I mean, like, and basically we don't know till when, how long we are going to be alive, right? और एक इंटेलिजेंट पर्सन क्या करता है, बताया कि ना अपनी लाइफ में ना, जब अच्छा समय होता है ना, उसको, जैसे एक आप देखोगे ऐसे कंट्रीज हैं जहां पर 6 months के लिए अच्छा सनी होगा, एंड देन क्वाइट सम टाइम इट इज गोइंग टू बी स्नो और थिंग्स लाइक दैट. ओके, अगर आप लोग नहीं हो कभी आफ्टर योर जॉब एंड थिंग्स, you'll see such countries like European countries a lot. I've stayed there, Netherlands and things like that, जहां पे इतना यहाँ तक स्नो होता है और वहां पर इतना ग्लूमी होता है ना कि आप बिल्कुल निकलने का मन नहीं करता. मॉर्निंग 8 9 पे भी आप जाओगे तो भी पूरा अंधेरा होगा मॉर्निंग में, ठीक है? और आप वैसे ही स्नो के ऊपर पैर डाल के जाओगे और आपको इतना ग्लूमी लगेगा. सुनने में लगता है स्नो बहुत अच्छी चीज होगी, और जब रात के आप 11 बजे वापस आओ, रात के 11 बजे आप घर पे बैठे हो ना, तो भी लाइट होगी, पूरा बाहर अंधेरा नहीं हुआ होगा. तो इतना अजीब सा सब कुछ हो जाता है कि कुछ समझ में नहीं आता. पीपल आर वेरी फ्रस्ट्रेटेड ऑफ लाइफ, लॉट ऑफ सुसाइड हैपेंस. एंड देन जब थोड़ा सा सनी टाइम आता है ना, जैसे हम लोग यहाँ पे गुस्सा होते हैं कि इतना धूप क्यों है, एंड दे यूज्ड टू बी वेरी वेरी हैप्पी अबाउट इट. मतलब they'll go out, they'll do variety of things and get things done as much as they can in their life. right? Because it's a good time. So in the good time, everybody is supposed to, and everybody does that, right? Ki kya pata kya bura ho jaye. And the unfortunate thing is that ki we don't know till how long we are alive. We don't know till how long we are getting this good association with people. We are able to make progress in our life, right? We don't know that. So whatever, now is the time, right? Today is the time when we should do something which remains with us forever, right? That should be the thought. There should be urgency that, yeah, today is that day only, right? Why should I sleep on this day? Jabki I am going to struggle. I don't know by tonight or by tomorrow whether there will be a lot of struggle in my life or not, right? I mean, and I, honestly, as I said, this is all what I think myself. Like, okay, I've got a good job. All of this is good, right? I don't know for how long, right? I don't know for how long I'm going to be alive and things like that. Why should I waste every day, any day that I've got, right? Any day, anything can happen. When there is problems, then there are a lot of problems in life. People are not able to do their practice, their variety of things. They're not able to sustain. So this is the day. Today is the day when we should do it. Right, from today onwards we should do it. That's very, very important. I mean, like, if you think deeply, you'll realize that this is very and it's like wasting, right? I mean, see, for example, मेरे पास एक car है, right? I mean, I go and Zoom car से I go to rent a car for a day, right? So Zoom car wale, they'll give me some amount, like, okay, 5,000 rupees it will take for a day, right? I took a car. I wanted to go to Mumbai or wherever, right? But what I'm being lazy. I'm sitting at home. I'm not going anywhere. Right. Evening, they will come to me and they'll say, okay, time ho gaya. Give me your car, right? My car. I want it back. So 5,000 rupees bhi jayenge and wo car bhi jayega. And why will it go away? Because we have been lazy. And the same thing it is, right? I mean, we have been given this body for going to some destination, and we can be lazy, not get up, right? And this body will be taken away after a point. And we have paid this rent. The rent we are paying is like all these miseries that we are going through. So you have to pay this rent, and then also you are wasting this body. So if you have to go through this misery, then why not make use of this body? Okay. And I know very well, I totally understand and relate to it that yes, there is a struggle. Whenever now 4:30, suppose 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock or 4:30, you are supposed to get up, right? So जैसे ही कोई उठाता है और some alarm rings, you think twice. अरे, maybe it is still 4:15. Maybe alarm कल गलत लग गया था. Maybe this person is like trying to do too much, right? For 5 minutes, what is the big thing, right? And all those things we can think. But that is what it means by being a soul. Okay. And we say that we understand that we are a soul. Okay. Then this is what it takes. We have to understand, start learning this body as a vehicle, right? If you are a soul, then what does it mean now? Kya karna kya hai iska bhi, is knowledge ka, right? This is what we have to do. You have to start understanding this body as a vehicle where you are sitting, right? And start using it like a vehicle, right? And vehicle mein kuch theek hai, it's okay. I mean, how does it matter vehicle ko kya ho raha hai? I am important now, which is me, soul, right? I have to decide what I want to do. And I want to get up, I want to do my practice, I want to do my studies, I want to plan my day, I want to do things which will take me further, right? And that is what it takes to being a soul, right? So ISKCON ke jo founder hai na, Srila Prabhupada, when he used to travel, right? He used to travel a lot across the globe. And whenever he used to travel, na, so he used to, what to say, like whichever country he's landing, वहां पे कोई भी time zone हो सकता है, right? Doesn't matter. अभी हो सकता है कि whatever, he has not slept also, maybe it could have happened, right? Because random चीजें होती हैं. If you travel to random places ना, like you go to US, so when you go to US, तो यहाँ पर रात में निकलते हैं, right? 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, so it is night. And when you reach there ना, after 20 hours, it will be like 5, 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so you get confused, your body get confused कि मतलब morning में ही निकले थे 4 o'clock के आसपास and 6 o'clock पे पहुंच गए, but it actually 20 plus hours have passed in this process. So you'd get totally confused about, your body get confused, right? So what he used to do is कि wherever he lands ना, then he used to set his watch. क्या time हुआ है? अच्छा ठीक है, 6 o'clock हुआ है, ठीक है, this is the time for my morning walk. It doesn't matter कितने क्या हुआ इस बीच में, right? This is the, okay, it's the 4 a.m. okay, my time for japa. That's how he used to manage his time. Okay, that doesn't matter. जिस country का जो time हो रहा है ना, उस country के हिसाब से करना शुरू कर देंगे. Okay. And so that is what it takes to be a soul, and nothing to be scared about. I know it is, we are still, this is still a theory for us, but to understand, to realize we are really a soul, this is the practice that it takes. Okay. This practice help us realize that we are a soul. Okay. When we start using body as a vehicle. Does it make sense? What have you हो रहा है, पता नहीं क्या क्या बातें कर रहे हैं, नहीं? It's okay, right? And feel free to ask question. I mean, like anytime, like perfectly okay, right? So that is what it is all about. Like, so essentially, I mean, essentially the mantra is this: use it or lose it, right? I mean, if you either use this body, use this time, or you lose it. That's it, right? It's a simple thing. So there is always that thing to think about, and we'll come to, like, what is this brahma muhurta and what is the importance. But even before that, we have to digest this thing, right? Whatever it could be, right? We have to make sure that we use this body as a vehicle. Okay. Yeah, there's another meaning of I don't know if you have this worksheet. There's a worksheet also around it, but it's okay if you don't have. But basically, there's another meaning of waking up also, right? And that is, what it means is, have you heard this song? Jeeva Jago, Gaura Chandra Bole. Okay, I don't know if you've heard. But basically, it is about waking the sleeping soul. होता क्या है ना कि इससे पहले अभी, like, before few years back, nobody told you about that, oh, we are a soul. You knew about it, but it didn't matter, right? ठीक है, soul है तो क्या हुआ अभी, ठीक है, right? That is the situation we were in, where we were like trying to enjoy as much as we can, and everybody is doing that. You go to the wherever you, पास में एक होटल है, वहां पे आप जाओ, restaurants है, people are eating, drinking, whatever they are doing, right? वो सब कुछ चल रहा है. हमारे कॉलेज में, ऑफिस में भी people are doing that, right? So everybody is sleeping that way. It doesn't matter if they get up early morning or late night or whatever it is, they're still sleeping. The purpose is different. So the other meaning of waking up is that we have to wake up, right? And how does it happen? I mean, like, it happens because of Guru, because the person who actually guides us, that person wakes us up gradually, right? And Guru is very important in the Vedic system. The single most important thing, that person who can move us up in this journey is Guru. Right. So Guru is the person who actually wakes you up, who actually tells you that, okay, this is the time to get up, right? Time to act. This is not the time to sleep the way you have been sleeping for years and lifetimes, right? So that is that person who's a Guru. And Guru is like a boat. I mean, like, that's what Srimad Bhagavatam says. There's a verse, which is a very beautiful verse comes, and it says, Nirdehamadhyam sulabham sudurlabham kavam sukalpam guru karna dharam Mayanukulen nabhasvate nritam puman bhavabdi nataret satmaha. So it says ki nideh madhyam sulabham sudurlabham. Like, that this body is like, human birth is very rare, right? Even to you, I mean, like, plavam sukalpam guru karna dharam. And then it is like a boat. Okay, it's like you've been given a boat to cross over, to go beyond this birth and death, and Guru is the captain of that boat. Okay, Guru is the person who's guiding you to take your boat to the right place, right? Mayanukulena nabhasvate nritam. It means, like, that, oh, there is a nice breeze going. Because of the breeze now, the boat will go nicely. And what is that breeze? The breeze are of scriptures, the Vedas, the Shastras, the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, which are guiding us on which direction we should go, right? And Puman bhavabdi nataret satma. Even after all of this now, such wonderful opportunity, if you are not able to cross over, then you are atmaha. You are like what to say, like, you're killing your soul. It says atmaha means killing of your soul, but soul cannot be killed. Then what is it killing? It is actually, you're delaying your time. I mean, you're wasting your time sitting here, right? You're depriving soul from the bliss that it could have experienced. You're depriving it, right? After so much of guidance that we are getting from our seniors, right? So much of scriptures that we read, so much of sessions that we hear, okay, even after that, if we don't take up properly, honestly, right, then we are wasting our time here sitting, right? And we are paying the rent also. The rent may not be apparent right now, okay? In the age that you are in the age that maybe I am in also, we don't feel that rent too much. As we go further in our life now, you see people around you, right? Your grandparents and people, kitna problems hai, right? itna acha nahi hai life, right? They're not able to hear, they are not able to eat, they are not able to walk, they're not able to sleep, variety of things. All those rent we are paying and wasting this life. This is such a waste, complete waste, right? So this boat has been given. I mean, like, we have been given Guru as a captain and the scriptures to guide us. We should go out. We should think of, and even before going out, honestly, it's not just about going out. Okay, it is also about living our life in a way which takes us further. I mean, I can tell you one thing for sure, based on my life that I live, is that if I don't get up early morning, I will be very, very ineffective, completely ineffective the whole day. I mean, if I'm not able to plan the way I have to my whole day, if I'm not able to do my spiritual practice, I will not be able to be steady in my life. Okay, you must be wondering why should I practice spirituality? I need to go get a job and move further and make money and things like that, right? I can tell you, there is huge amount of frustration in this world. I mean, at least in the corporate world, if you go out there, like huge frustration. And forget corporate world, and you'll get married, you'll have kids, you'll have all sort of things to take care of, right? Frustration ki dukaan hai, matlab, this world is supposed to frustrate us. That is the job of this world, right? So how to be steady at that time? I mean, like, our spiritual, if you are able to hold on to our spiritual practices completely, it will help you like anything. I'm telling you, like, what you're getting right now is like very, very wonderful for the lifetime. Okay, it will help you go steady no matter what you're doing, whether you're doing a job, you're doing a business, you're doing whatever, you take up to spiritual practice completely your life. But whatever you do, this is very, very important. The steadiness in what we are doing is very important, right? And that is the job of a guru, to bring that steadiness to us, like Krishna did to Arjuna, right? Like Prabhupada did to so many people, right? Like that. So that is the task of a guru. That is the other meaning of being waking up, right? And one more thing, I mean, like, before I specifically talk about Brahma Muhurta, is very, very important, which is called faith. I can say whatever I have to, right? The scriptures can say whatever it is to say, correct? I mean, we may decide that, oh, ठीक है, ये सब तो ठीक है, but अभी half an hour extra सोने से क्या ही हो जाएगा, है ना? You can do that, no problem. But what will change with that? I mean, like, is that you will never be able to experience what they are trying to show you. The person, the senior who's trying to tell you something, because he has experienced it somewhat. Okay. When I'm telling you now that, oh, in my personal life, I mean, like, I'll be like all over the place. I will not be able to manage the things that I am managing. Okay. Because if I don't get up early. Okay. So that I must have experienced something, right? I must have experienced both sides of the world. I must have struggled a lot. And that is why I have decided that, yes, this is the right path to go to. So, but you can choose to ignore it. But again, it takes some faith, right? Faith is very sublime. I mean, faith is on something that we have not yet tasted, right? So this sleep, a slight amount of extra sleep will sound like a very waste once you experience what you are able to get. Okay. A lot of big things, even in your professional life, in your personal life, in your studies, is waiting for you if you are able to get up early. Okay. Yeah. So multiple things can be done, and like, this is based on experience. See, multiple things can be done is first thing which can be done. So question is कि रात को सोने में लेट होता है तो क्या करना चाहिए? तो क्या होता है ना, एक चीज जो कर सकते हैं कि एक फिक्स टाइम बना लें. Okay, that's one way. थोड़ा सा कोशिश करना चाहिए कि ठीक है 9:30 whatever I will try to sleep. Okay, नहीं सो पाया, right? That's so I'll just tell you what works for me. Okay, so that's one thing. नहीं सो पाया तो ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Then what I do is that I'll still get up in the designated time. Okay, as I said, then what I think is I'm a soul. Okay, and this body is a vehicle. What will happen is that thoda pain hoga, pain to hoga, no doubt, right? Then you have multiple choices. The first choice, which is okay, there is a time of the day when I feel, can I take 15 minutes of power nap? If you actually search for the CEOs, now the CEOs like Sundar Pichai and so many people, they all do this trick. Okay, like, they will sleep, and this is called power nap. It's called like 5 minutes, just lie down peacefully, right, and get up after 10-15 minutes at most. Okay, and you will feel that it's gone. I mean, like this tiredness is gone. I mean, that works like anything. Okay, just a trick that a lot of CEOs follow. Okay, if that is not possible, also that may be possible, right? There are countries like I don't know, some Asian countries who actually have made it mandatory to actually for their workers to sleep in the afternoon. I mean, that you for some time you have to take a power nap, and they all do that in like in a religious way, and then they get up. Okay, we are not able to do it. That's fine. Then what is it like? Then the next option remains is that okay, can I sleep early now? Right? I mean, if not yesterday, then today let me do it. Right? वो कर सकते हैं क्योंकि आपको you might be sleepy, then you go bed early, right? And that's how you improve your habit. You do it 2-3 times, then next time you will be able to sleep early and get up early. But it's a habit thing, and if not works, then okay, fine. I mean, I have to still do my duties. राइट अभी काफी सारी चीजें हैं जिनके लिए फिर हम ये सोचते नहीं, राइट? लेजीनेस, you feel hungry, even if you are lazy, sleepy, you'll still go out and eat, right? If you are whatever, right? I mean, you need to go to restroom, you'll still get up and go to restroom no matter what, right? Then those things we prioritize, right? Because that is a body need. Now this is a need for our soul and intelligence and mind and all of that, to clean that, right? Who will have to prioritize? We have to prioritize. Me, I have to prioritize, right? If it takes a bit of pain, because body में pain हो रहा है, mind intelligence सबको अच्छा लगेगा, everybody will feel happy about it, right? What you do. So then we have to decide, right, what is important for us. That's the whole point. I mean, the decision at the end is ours, correct? है ना? So hope it answers, correct? इसलिए I was talking about that soul. Knowing about soul and behaving like soul are two different things, really. Right? If you ask me, na, till yesterday, what I was doing for last 4 days, you'll be surprised. Like, I was working from like 9 or 8 sometimes till 10 to 11 in the night every day. And it does not mean that I will not be doing my spiritual practice. Okay, it really doesn't mean. I mean, like what it means is that I will still get up, I will still do Mangalarti, my chanting, I will do reading of scriptures, I will every weekend I've been taking like at least 3 to 4 classes. Okay, so I'll make sure that I prepare for it. So we have to be methodical because the choice is ours, right? If something is important for us, then we have to use it like a vehicle. Does it make sense? And who else will discipline you apart from you? Because कोई और होगा ना जो आपको उठाएगा हर रोज, तो क्या होगा कि you'll be dependent on them. We are the ones who have to take it slightly more strictly. And we'll be able to adopt, because see, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है कि मतलब next day you'll feel sleepy more, ठीक है, go to sleep or take a power nap and be done with it, right? Yeah, you had a question? No, Mike was there, so ठीक है. Any other questions? हरे कृष्ण।
प्रभु, जब हम सुबह उठ भी जाते हैं लेकिन वहां से उठने का मन नहीं करता, फिर उसके बाद उठ भी गए तो फिर अपने पूरे डे का कैसे मैनेज करें? How to manage?
Because you'll feel sleepy, is what you're saying, right? As I said ना कि it is a matter of habit, मतलब it's just a matter of habit. हम लोगों को कई चीजों की habit हमने डाल ली है ना, तो बहुत easily हो जाता है. Like for example, we had a habit of like, okay, morning में जब तक टी नहीं मिलेगी ना, तब तक मैं काम कैसे करूंगा, right? एक point के बाद जो लोगों, I mean, I personally realized that honestly, मतलब I had lot of I started feeling more fresh since I started leaving tea. Okay, मतलब lot of people have seen जिनको गैस का ट्रबल होता है, काफी लोगों को भूख नहीं लगती है, काफी कुछ होता है, right? They have not experienced the other side of the world, and that is why they feel कि इस side of the world में problems होंगी शायद, right? So इसलिए ऐसा लगता है. अभी अगर हमने एक दिन सुबह जल्दी उठे ना, 2 दिन जल्दी उठे, there'll be some pain. Next day you will feel sleepy early, then go to bed early, right? And make sure, and I'll tell you what, like there's a simple formula and you can actually experience it. Okay, what happens is na ki 9 to 12 when we sleep, we are actually getting kind of a 2 hour of sleep for every hour that we are doing, and you can experience this. Okay, and basically beyond this point na, you get 1 hour, 12 to 3, okay, 12 to 5, 6 tak. Okay, and beyond that, every hour of sleep gives you half an hour of rest. And you can try it any day. Like, कभी होता है, कुछ होता है, marriage है, कुछ है, you sleep late, like, 4 AM, 5 AM पे सोते हैं, उसके बाद आफ्टरनून होल डे भी सोते रहो ना, तो भी आपको फ्रेश नहीं फील होता है, है ना, अगर करेक्ट. एंड इफ यू स्लीप अर्ली, ट्राई टू स्लीप एट 9 वगैरह, 9 to 10, you will see कि यार your body is fresh and you are able to wake up early in a very fresh way. Correct. So that definitely works. So we going to bed slightly early is going to help us, all of us. There are few tricks of how to still go to bed, early, or feel or get up early. One of the trick is that try to eat a bit earlier बिफोर स्लीपिंग. मतलब सोने के ना 2 to 3 hours अगर अर्ली खा सकते हैं, दैट विल हेल्प यू लाइक एनीथिंग. मतलब पता है, उससे ना बहुत अच्छी स्लीप आएगी, अर्ली मॉर्निंग फटाफट नींद खुल जाएगी और यू विल फील फ्रेश. I mean, this is all a discipline thing, and this is as per Ayurveda also. This is a very good practice to eat early as possible, right before sunset and things like that. You can try whatever works for you, right? 7, like whatever, so that if you are going to sleep at 10, then maybe 7 to 7:30, whatever, max to max, if we are able to eat, but that helps. So there are some tricks, and that tricks you learn when you try. जैसे हम तो होता है ना कि मेरा more people practice, like maths की practice कर रहे हैं, जितनी practice करते हैं, new tricks we are able to learn and things like that. Same चीज यहाँ पर भी है. अगर हम लोग कोशिश ही नहीं करेंगे ना कि अरे one day we try to get up but the whole day was messed up, it's okay, let it mess up one day, right? Next day your body will adopt, next day you will also learn new tricks कि अच्छा थोड़ा जल्दी सो जाता हूँ, अच्छा थोड़ा पहले खा लेता हूँ, right? And things of sorts. All that can be done. Makes sense, right? So we have to try, we have to give it a shot. Okay, what else? Makes sense. Okay, so what else should I tell you? Yeah, so basically I'm not able to project the PPT, but I can it's okay, it's not required, the PPT is not required. I cannot talk about some of the things which I see in the PPT here, and it doesn't matter. So basically yeah, so Brahma Muhurt hota kya hai? Brahma Muhurt kya hota hai, bataya kya? Brahma Muhurt, what is it, what does it mean? No, you don't know. Okay, so Brahma Muhurt kya hota hai na ki 1.5 hours before sunrise, simple logic. Okay, that time is called Brahma Muhurt. Okay, और अगर आप scientifically भी पता करोगे ना, तो that is the time when our brain cells are extremely active. Okay, scientists have tried to do this, whatever CT scans and things like that, and they realize कि brain wave जो होता है वो बहुत strong होता है उस point पे, ठीक है? And as I said, not just, so mind is like a blotting paper. So whatever activities you do at that time, na, that sticks to you, that you are able to focus more and you are able to progress more. Okay, and that is why the spiritual activities are recommended big time. That is the time when it is, right? I mean, any other part of the day, like Srimad Bhagavatam says, and variety of scriptures says that any other part of the day, doing activities at that time are the most effective. You try doing that. I mean, all of you are chanting right now, right? You try doing this. I mean, नाइट में 11 PM पे सब काम खत्म करने के बाद लास्ट में चैंटिंग करने बैठ जाओ. ओके, या फिर अर्ली मॉर्निंग में उठ के चैंटिंग करने बैठ जाओ. यू विल योरसेल्फ रियलाइज इट विद इन अ डे व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस व्हिच हैपेंड. नाइट में ना यू आर लाइक स्लीपी, अभी खत्म करना है बस. लॉट ऑफ पीपल यार they'll also start watching mobile or they are distracted and they are just like जल्दी जल्दी बोल के खत्म कर दो और सो जाओ, right? And morning में when you are like you're completely fresh, focused, you'll be able to do like it will sink in, it'll make you peaceful. Okay, you'll be able to relish the taste and the benefit of chanting a lot. I mean, if you do it in the early morning, any kind of spiritual practice is extremely recommended as per scriptures, right? In the older time, people used to do yagya. Those were the ages when they used to do it. Now we have recommended thing is sankirtan yagya, so we're supposed to do that. And so that is the best time to hold spiritual activities, like first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Many in fact many cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam talks about this particular topic, that early morning get up and do something, right? Okay, and as I said, right, the second benefit is that it helps you take the advantage of human form of life, right? I mean, even so, Manusmriti, I don't know if you've heard this name. Manusmriti says that Brahme Muhurte ya Nidrasa Punyashaya Karini. I mean, like, that अगर हम सोते हैं ना मॉर्निंग में, उस समय ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में, तो जितने भी अच्छे काम किए होंगे ना, तो पुण्य कर्म क्षय कारिणी, it actually destroys all the good punya. Okay, this is what Manusmriti says. ठीक है, So basically, we should be very cautious. I mean, like, and this is what scriptures say. So they are very clear. They are very strict about it. Ki yaar, aisa mat karo, right? In fact, there is another scripture, Bhaishaj Ji Sar. It says ki, Arey, if you get up early morning, then you get beauty, wealth, good health, long life. Okay. And this body becomes beautiful like lotus. Okay. That's what Bhaishaj Ji Sar says. Okay. So basically, kya hai, wo kyun bol raha hai? Ki matlab, as we do our spiritual practice, na, we get into this tamoguna. When people who sleep till late, na, they are remains in tamoguna. Or tamoguna ka na, the quality of people that you will see is that their body will be stinking. Or stinking is not the right word, but they will be lazy also, even after sleeping. As I said, as I gave example, now you sleep at 4 a.m. in the morning, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning. Uske baad afternoon 12 pe bhi uthoge na, to you'll be lazy whole day. That always happens. So that same thing, we remain in tamoguna for the whole day because of that. Okay. And Satoguna person, the body, you'll see a glow. I mean, like, some great big devotees you see, they'll be bodies glowing, they're fresh and all that, right? Even though they have woken up so late, like look at Raisham Prabhu and people like them, right? I mean, you might have seen him, right? I mean, people, the great people out there. So, and who are we associating with now? Like, we become like them. Agar hum, जैसे Srila Prabhupada, when he went there, those hippies were people जो सारे drugs लेते थे, they were like lying in the floor. Okay, urine and beer is what the smell was prominent in the area where Prabhupada went, right? And those people were like, and so when they got transformed, lot of them, right? They used to wear tilak, have a kanti mala, bead bag, shikha, and things like that. And they were all like beautifully looking people. And as they got transformed, that same hippies were like looking very, very beautiful and attractive. In fact, Srila Prabhupada once said that you look like you're coming from Vaikuntha, like directly coming from Vaikuntha. This is how you guys look like, right? So all the good things. And in fact, as I said, now, if you talk about wealth and things like that, I can tell you, and I can tell you from my personal experience, okay, that I will not be able to sustain the job that I am doing, right, if I do not get up early morning. Like, totally convinced. Okay. I mean, about that. Yes, it helps me be peaceful, do my my japa, my morning things, also plan my day, also do some exercise, and so that I can be peaceful. I can go to office and be productive, effective there, right? And then come back and then maybe sleep early, depending on how I'm feeling, right? Okay, right. And you will realize if you start sleeping early, now you will realize that less hours of sleep works for you. Okay, very, very less hours works. I mean, you sleep at 9, you'll be able to get up to 3 a.m. also and be able to manage it, right? So we have to think like that, right? In fact, in fact, it also says that one of the scripture even says कि अगर ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में you are getting up ना, then even जो बुरे ग्रह नक्षत्र होते हैं ना, उनका भी effect नहीं होता है. This is what one scripture says. But that, I mean, just to tell you the scriptures. So, yeah. So basically, in fact, this is the time when the Vayu wise, like the Ayurveda ke hisab se, there are 5 types of air, right? Pan, Apan, Saman, Vyan, Udan. These are the 5 different type of life airs. Okay. And this is the time, early morning time, when the Prana and Apan Vayu are most active. Okay. So they actually keep our body, like, they clean our body at that time, right? And the air is also fresh. We are able to get in the fresh air and our body remains in a better shape. That's why our body actually becomes more, healed up and like more healthy getting up early. That itself happens. And I'm just not talking, that's why I'm saying it's not just spirituality. It is about your life, right? And it's the habit that you make right now will go with you for your forever, for your entire life, right? I mean, you'll benefit a lot. I don't know, when you all are doing engineering, it means like you must have studied for quite some time, right? Depending on people, how they like to study, they make their habits. Some people like to study late night, some people like to wake up early and do it. But you will realize that this thing is beyond studies. It will help you in your entire life. Okay. It's not just spiritual matter. Okay. Yeah. In fact, scriptures even say that this is the time which is almost when you are in a mother's womb, so then you get nourishment from the mother, right? So similar thing happens in the early morning. Shastras compare early morning to being in the mother's womb. Okay, the way you got nourishment at that time, now similar nourishment you will get in if you get up early morning. That's what Shastras say, right? So this is the time when basically lot of genetic diseases, lot of diseases which cannot be cured otherwise get cured. Okay, because you get nourished. That's, I'm just purely telling you the scriptures right now, right? What do they talk about Brahma Muhurta? Okay, yeah. So basically, another thing that it says, I don't know if you have heard that Venkatesha Suprapratam. Have you heard? You've not heard. It's a very famous prayer that Sri Sampradaya does, right? How do they go it? Yeah. But anyways, in the prayer, it's a Sanskrit prayer. What it says is that that early morning time, all the devatas, like like Brahmaji, like Ganpati, like Kartikeya, all of them go to take early morning to take darshan of Tirupati Balaji. Okay, that's what one prayer says. Okay, and that is the time when they are going. Na, they actually pass through the whole place. I mean, right? They might be going early morning to take darshan, and they say that, oh, if they say you being study, na, if you are at that time study in your practice, suppose you are doing a japa, you are doing something, then they'll bless you because they are also going to take the darshan of Krishna, so they will bless you, right? So this is the time when we get a lot of blessings. I mean, like such people, like it says that one of the scriptures says that you get a lot of blessings if you are practicing in the early morning time. Okay, so those are the benefit in terms of spirituality, right? In fact, even for taking bath, I mean, like a lot of people, they get up, but taking bath is a big deal, right? At times. So scriptures say that, this is the time, is the best time to take bath. I mean, like this is called Brahma Snan. If you are thinking about God and you are taking bath, that is called Brahma Snan. Okay. And I mean, if somebody is thinking about Devatas, it's called Devasnan and things like that. But this time actually, Kapha, Pitta, Vata, I mean, these are the three types of things which in our body, they are all peaceful, right? And our mind, our intelligence and our strength grows if we take a bath in the morning, early morning time. Okay, this is the best time to, I mean, this is a normal habit, honestly, like a clean habit. When we get up, we should take bath. Okay, like a lot of people like to lazy around for hours and take bath at 12 in the afternoon and things like that, right? Some people take brush or do brush all their teeth also, like after when they have to eat for the first time, right? But these are like basic clean habits. I mean, like and but they give you all these things, so yeah. And this is obvious, the first thing. I mean, like one of the reason why I said, like I personally feel that if I don't get up early morning, like it's very, very effective for me to get up early morning, is that this is the time when everybody is sleeping. Okay, everybody in my office is sleeping. I mean, like my kids and everybody gets up, but a lot of people are sleeping. Most of the people are sleeping, so nobody will disturb you, right? Nobody is there to disturb you, and this is the time when you can really peacefully focus on priorities in your life, things which really matter, right? In fact, if we get up this time now and we actually try to, because the mind waves are very fast now, memorization power is very high this time. If you try to memorize something, you will realize that you are able to memorize very, very fast in the early morning. I mean, all the shlokas, all the, I mean, if anything you want to memorize now, even your studies and things like that, this is the best time to study. And it can be proven. I mean, you try doing that. If you have not done that, you will realize, you get up, spend some time for memorizing or planning or things like that, your mind will be very most effective at this time. As day passes, we are more get into the mode of doing than thinking. And that's why I said the person in Satoguna is a person who's more thinking and doing both, right? On Rajoguna, people are like who are only doing things, right? You see people are de diya ek favda and he's just doing things whole day, right? Without thinking what he's doing. So that is not what we are aspire to be. What we aspire to be is like a person who has thought through the thing and then solves it also, right? So that is how you get, right? And this is basically totally aligned. This lifestyle is totally aligned with Ayurveda. If you go visit somebody now who's like a really good Ayurveda person, he will tell you this. Obviously he will tell you long back I went for somebody, and they told me that person was recommending, that Ayurveda person was recommending, see what you should do now, just to get healed. He said early morning, get up, okay, light a diya in front of the god, it should be a ghee ka diya, and you should do that because you will get some benefits, health benefits. And then eat early, like like 10 to 11, eat your food. Evening 4 to 5, eat your dinner, right? And then sleep early, and then you'll be happy person. Okay, all your whatever the problems were there now, that he said, like, all these problems will go away. Just follow this Vedic lifestyle. Like, this is what Ayurveda person will recommend. So this is totally aligned with what the Ayurveda teaches us also, right? And in fact, spiritually, as I said, I mean, yeah, there are numerous benefit, humongous benefit. This is the time when, as I said, we are in Satoguna, because time has different gunas. So we are in Satoguna. So we are able to do any kind of spiritual practice, the reading, hearing, chanting, everything is in more effective way. Okay. So much for Brahma Muhurta. Any questions or any other topic you want to? I don't know how much time I have. I have no idea. How much time I have? Do anybody knows? We are done almost. Okay. So basically, any questions? No questions. It's okay. This was obvious. So how many of you think you want to get up early morning now? Okay. Not you. Okay. I was just checking. Okay, great. Yeah. So as I said, yeah, knowing about soul and behaving like soul are two totally different things, right? Now that I know I'm a soul, what should I do with this knowledge, right? And this is what scriptures, beyond this point, this is what scriptures tell us what you should do if you want to behave like soul, right? And this is our like basic things, like we get up, do our brush our teeth and take bath. Now this is like that. These are the basic constructs which will make us behave like a soul. Okay, so always think about it, like these are the things which keep us working, going through that. Whenever in doubt, I mean, whenever I feel lazy or things like that, I always remind myself this basic fact: I am a soul, right? And this body is a vehicle, right? Let me use it. It's okay, it'll give me some pain, it'll give me some inconvenience, but this is the right thing to do, so I will do the right thing. And you will realize that you will actually become more sharper in intelligence, you will actually become professionally more effective and spiritually more advanced, just by behaving like soul. Okay, behaving like body, those are the people who are like all over the place. You see, like, must be sipping tea right now and maybe things like that, right? And then you see how how much of advancement they make in their material and spiritual life, right? You are able to get into this good college or doing engineering just because you actually gave up things which other kids were doing. They might be watching movies, doing variety of things, that you left and you actually went further, and that is why you could get a college where you are doing engineering, right? So same thing applies here also, that you have to give up something which doesn't give you pleasure sometimes, right? And gradually, it's just a matter of getting into the rhythm. Once you get into morning rhythm, you will be sleeping early and it'll become natural for you. Then no matter what, I mean, I actually in my phone now, I'll always have an alarm set up, like for forever, which to wake me up. And actually every day now, I mean, like since years, I get up and I turn off that alarm, right? Every day I do that, but I still keep that alarm just as a backup. Like, if at all things break, then there should be somebody to hold me. Okay, but I every day get up and turn off this alarm, right? So it's just a matter of some practice. You'll start cruising, you'll not have any problem, right? But we have to try. All right, thank you. With this we can stop. I think you must be hungry. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Like we can see from Roji's life that even though he's a senior manager in Microsoft company, but still Roji practicing spirituality, especially getting up early. And various point Roji said that it will take some time. We have to make some habit to get up early, and plus we have got this very important opportunity in human form of life. So the best way to use it is to get up early and practice spirituality. And even doing that, your material life will also be very stable. So is I could recollect from Prabhuji. So we like to thank Prabhuji for giving his precious